Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel, where everything you're about to hear and see has been done in one take. I am your host, the One Take Man. This is the third video in this month. This month, where I decided I will spend my videos talking about uh, what kind of concept I would develop for a future Star Trek series if I were somehow given control over the IP. In previous videos I talked about how the setting would change and also who the main cast of characters would be, what would they be made of. Within this video I want to talk about the actual stories they will be carrying. What will this show actually be like? Quick disclaimer before we start, I'm not going to go into every single individual episode. That is logistically impossible for just one person to go over, regardless of how long this video would be. And also, I'm not gonna talk about how many episodes I want to see. This video will just give a brief overview of the plots I want each individual season to follow, more or less. Okay, now with that little disclaimer out of the way, let's get into the actual meat of the video. The first season of this show I think should follow the typical episodic Star Trek formula. By that I mean that we will see the Enterprise, because yes, of course I want the ship we'll be following throughout this series to be named Enterprise. More specifically the Enterprise K, either visit a planet or encounter some kind of anomaly or alien that will cause him some trouble. The point of the episode will then be to either overcome the anomaly or alien or whatever, and then or reason with the people from whatever planet it is they are visiting in order to accomplish whatever goal they've been sent to the planet to accomplish. This season will have more of a narrative exploration role. It will give the audience insights into the setting and how it has changed, while also looking into who the main cast of characters actually are, what characterizes each of them, what defines each of their likes and dislikes, and how they operate in general. The season finale for the first season, as well as the premiere of the second season, will also, in typical Star Trek fashion, be a two-parter. More precisely, a two-parter featuring the Borg. The plot of this two-parter is that the Enterprise is run into Borg space, and they decide to set up a cordon or some kind of barrier in order to make sure that the Borg don't cross over into Federation space. To that extent, for that purpose, they call up a battle squadron, or battle squad, or just battle group in order to actually set up the cordon. While they're trying to set it up, a Borg cube visits, and a ship battle ensues. The battle group manages to drive the Borg cube away, but at a heavy cost to themselves. So then they start to regroup, repair, and prepare for the Borg retaliation. During their preparations, a crew member from the Enterprise discovers a way to disrupt the communications network that the Borg rely upon in order to function as the unstoppable juggernauts we know them as. The battle group quickly adopts that and starts weaponizing this procedure to sabotage their internal communications. And then when the Borg retaliation force comes back, they're able to dispatch them with relative ease. The aftermath of this battle will see the cordon get put in place and the wreckage of the Borg vessels getting collected and analyzed. There will be a stinger to this two-parter, And namely, the Stinger will show that one of the drones from a captured Borg vessel is a Vorta. That will kick off the plot of the second season, where we discover that the Dominion has once again encroached upon the territories of not just the Federation, but also various other powers of the Alpha and Beta quadrants. And they've done so through their typical, through their typical strategy of impersonating authority figures. And our main cast finds themselves spearheading the effort to drive the Dominion out of the two quadrants. This season will once again culminate in a large multi-stage battle in the two-part finale. The third season of this show will deal with the diplomatic fallout of the past season, and in order to deal with that, the Enterprise will visit make various diplomatic visits to the other powers in the Alpha and Beta quadrants, and I don't know, talk it out, settle disputes. Maybe even arrange some disruption, missions, that kind of stuff. If anything, I think what should define this show should be that it expands the diplomatic tapestry of the setting. A tapestry which has so far in the past seasons only been alluded to. For Season 4, I am thinking about introducing a new existential threat to the Federation. And that could take one of two forms. Either a secret society trying to usurp the Federation, or another external threat. Another civilization that can match or surpass the Federation in terms of their firepower and or mobility. It doesn't necessarily have to be a new species either. It could just be species 8472. Now deciding that they're gonna become aggressive. Could be. Not saying it should be, but it could be. And then finally in season 5, I probably should have mentioned that. I want this show to go 5 seasons long because I think 5 is a pretty good length for exploring various concepts as well as really doing the setting and characters justice. In season 5, the main villains will be the Sphere Builders. For those of you who haven't seen Star Trek Enterprise, the Sphere Builders are the main villains of the third season. And they gained that status when it is discovered that they have created a conflict between Earth and then, up until then, a new species known as the Xindi. Why did the Sphere Builders do that? Well, because at some point in the future of the timeline, these two species will form an alliance that will repel them that will prevent their expansion plans from coming to fruition. That is generally the Sphere Builders' MO. They look at who is antagonizing them in the present and is trying to disrupt these efforts in the past, or rather is looking into the future and who will disrupt their plans and how they can create tension between their enemies in the present, depending on how you want to look at it. But I think having them here will allow once again a greater exploration of the verse, not just in 3 dimensions but also in 4, and really allow us to explore the tensions and conflicts that have emerged both ever since the TNG era, maybe even started during the TNG era, and really flesh out everything that has become different over these past, over the past 250 years in which we haven't really come into contact with this, with the setting. the season and also series finale. We'll see once again a we'll see a two-part battle. One in the past where Federation agents will try to stop the the largest disruption mission that the Sphere Builders are planning, while in the present a Federation armada will enter a ship battle with the Sphere Builders. And yeah, that's basically it. That's what I would that's how I would plan out the seasonal plots for a future Star Trek series. Thank you very much for your attention, regardless of how much of it you decided to actually grant me. If you enjoyed this video, then please leave a like, maybe even share it wherever you think others will like it. If you have anything you'd like to add to this conversation, the comment section awaits your input. And if you want to see when the next video, where I will discuss a potential movie trilogy, comes out, then I suggest you go ahead and subscribe. Maybe also ring the bell or do whatever else YouTube will ask of you in order to keep you notified. If you please. Until next time, I have been the One Take Man.